Right, so recently, after many years, I've somehow found myself getting back into trading cards, specifically Pokémon. Don't ask me why. Maybe it's nostalgia, maybe it's a midlife crisis just arriving early, who knows. But what I do know is that I've picked the absolute worst possible time to get into it, because the state of Pokémon right now, it's a mess. The only people consistently getting their hands on anything without paying ridiculous prices are scalpers. That's it. Now, I haven't exactly been out here looking high and low, treating booster packs like the holy grail or anything, but even then, I've only managed to find a few packs, and when I did, I just bought one. Just the one. Not because I only wanted one, but because I suddenly became painfully aware of how I looked. Standing there at the counter, adult man, buying Pokemon cards. My brain shut down, body went into panic mode, and I forgot how to speak English. I'm pretty sure the woman behind the counter thought I was buffering in real time, but to be fair, she was lovely. She explained to me that there was a free pack limit, and I just nodded like, yeah, that's fine, I only want one. I'm normal, believe me. Didn't want it to look like I was about to flip them on eBay as soon as I left the store, but the fact that I even had to think like that is crazy. Because at the end of the day, this is a children's card game, and now you've got full-grown adults practically clawing over bits of printed cardboard just to make a few extra quid, and it's embarrassing. But it gets so much worse, because even the actual card shops, the ones run by people who genuinely care about this stuff, they're not even safe anymore. There's been loads of break-ins, shops getting cleaned out, thousands, sometimes tens of thousands worth of cards just gone overnight, and that is insane. So here I am, just trying to collect a few cool looking cards to maybe stick on a shelf somewhere. I don't want to sell them or anything, I just want a hobby that doesn't involve staring at a screen for once, and then maybe one day build a collection that actually looks impressive, something like this. Yeah. This is easily one of the most insane Pokemon collections I've ever seen. We're talking over 60,000 cards, more than 12,000 PSA 10 graded cards, including one of the rarest cards on the entire planet, the first ever graded Pikachu Illustrator card. So yeah, safe to say, this isn't just your average binder under the bed, this is next level. But naturally, that's going to raise a lot of questions about who actually owns this. Well, the collection belongs to someone called Jolina Giselle, and if you're sitting there thinking, who the hell is that? Well, don't worry, I thought the exact same thing, so I did what any normal person would do. I tried to find literally anything about her, a background, maybe a career, or even where the money came from, anything, but nothing. I'm not even joking, there is nothing out there, no real history, no interviews with substance, no clear explanation, just a website and an Instagram page. That's it. It's like she just spawned into existence with 60,000 Pokemon cards in her inventory, and when you actually go onto the website, it just gets even weirder, because it reads less like a real story and more like some sort of weird vanity project. You've got lines like, as a child, Jolina was quiet and observant. She carefully arranged her cards. She asked her father if it was possible to collect them all. And now I'm just sat here thinking, right. So you're telling me she asked her dad for every Pokemon card in existence, and he reluctantly said, yeah, go on then. That's the story? That's what we're going with? Because let's be honest, that's exactly what it sounds like. And then it doesn't exactly get better when you hear her talk about it herself.
Well, in school I was pretty shy and introverted, so I had a really hard time making friends. And I always brought something to school with me to focus on myself. And one day that just happened to be Pokemon cards. And it sparked the interest of the other kids, and that's how friendships formed naturally and pretty playfully.
Is it true that as a little girl, you wanted to own every Pokemon card in the whole world?
Yes, that's true. I remember pretty vividly that one day at dinner I asked my dad if he could simply buy all the Pokemon cards in the world. And I think he just smiled at me and said that that probably would not be possible. But he said he would do his best. And over the years, the collection has grown, as you can see.
Not only does it come across like she had very little involvement in actually building this, she also claims she didn't even know how much it was worth until recently.
For about a year now, I've known that this collection is much more than just a hobby, but how truly unique and extraordinary it is only became clear for us a few months ago. And we almost passed it on to someone for far below its true value, so that was a shocker.
I'm sorry, what? You're sitting on the throne of Pokemon cards, basically? The most valuable collection in the entire fucking foreseeable universe? Including cards worth insane amounts of money, and you're telling me you had no idea and that you almost sold it for less than it was worth? Stop blowing smoke up my arse, darling, because you don't accidentally assemble something like this, and you definitely don't stay clueless about it either. Especially when you suddenly start presenting it like it's the Ark of the Covenant, which brings me to the part that really makes this whole thing off. Why does it feel so manufactured? Like, why is there a full cinematic trailer for a card collection? Why are there stylized photo shoots with a male model that has the physique of fucking Hercules? Why does it feel less like a hobby and more like some sort of brand launch? At this point, it stopped being about Pokemon and it started feeling like a very expensive attempt at building some online identity. And listen, fair enough if that's your goal. But let's not pretend like this is some organic, lifelong passion project that has magically came together, because it clearly didn't. Anyway, I just found this whole thing a bit strange. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one.